Hello and welcome to another week. This is the 12th week. I want to welcome you warmly to our usual English sessions. This is for grade 5 level, for students of grade 5. This is week 12 and we are still doing unit 6. This is the second story in unit 6. The story is titled The Mystery of St. Matthew's Island. The Mystery of St. Matthew's Island. In this story, we are going to learn the new vocabulary before we actually read and talk about the story. So the first thing I will do, I will share a screen with you. I will share the screen with you, a PowerPoint presentation, and we shall discuss. Yes. So like I said, we want to look at the details of the story and the vocabulary in particular. First, what is the title of the story? That's the first thing we want to find out. Okay, we want to find out the story title. So what's the story title? The story title is The Mystery of St. Matthew Island. The Mystery of St. Matthew Island. Now, in this story also, we want to look at the author. The author of the story is Susan E. Quinlan. Susan E. Quinlan. The next thing we want to look at the question of the week. The question of the week is, what unexpected events can humans have on nature? What unexpected events can humans have on nature? That will be discussed in another lesson or later on in the lesson. Next, we want to look at the genre of the story. Every lesson has a genre. The genre of the story is an expository text. And an expository text explains a person, a thing, or an idea. For the last 2 weeks, the lessons for the stories have been, the genre of those lessons have been expository text. So even this story that you're doing this week will also be an expository text, which explains a person, a thing, or an idea. Right. So we move on to the vocabulary in the story. Now, the first word we want to look at in the story is spelled B-L-E-A-C-H-E-D. B-L-E-A-C-H-E-D, which is pronounced bleached. Bleached. It ends in ed, it's in the past tense. But what's the meaning of bleached? As you can see the picture, you can see somewhere like a desert or somewhere, a land. It's a piece of land surrounded by mountains. But what's the actual meaning of bleached? Bleach means whitened by exposure to sunlight or chemicals. Whitened by exposure to sunlight or chemicals. This piece of land, this is not its usual color. Its color has been changed by what? Its exposure to sunlight or chemicals. It has been exposed to sunlight or chemicals. That's why it has this whitish color that you see, like snow on it. Right, so we say it is bleached. Want to look at the second word? Of course, we say it is spelled C-A-R-C-A-S-S-E-S. C-A-R-C-A-S-S-E-S. Carcasses. Carcasses. Now, as you can see, it's like pieces of meat hanging somewhere. Most of you will go to shops where they sell pieces of meat, the meat of cow or other animals, right? But what do we call carcass? Already, this is the meat of animals. What kind of animal, we don't know. But normally, after animals have been killed, their meat, the dead body is referred to as carcass. Let's see the definition. Carcasses are the bodies of dead animals. Carcasses are the bodies of dead animals. As you can see, after the animal has been slaughtered, the meat that we probably may buy and eat, we call it what? Carcass. If it is more than one, we say carcasses. You add es. The next picture, the next vocabulary is decay. Decay, spelled D-E-C-A-Y. But what's the meaning of decay? Now, decay means process of rotting. Process of rotting. Now, it's simple to explain. Sometimes, if you leave plants that are not watered, plants that do not receive sunlight or water, okay, they may die. And when they die, they produce a kind of smell, which is rot, which is decay, to show that these plants are decay. Or any creature, a creature that has that was killed and left, or a creature that dies and is left in the open air or anywhere. After a period of time, it produces a kind of smell, which is rot. It happens to plants, it happens to animals. So we call this what? Decay. Even your teeth, when you eat too much of sweets, you will have what we call decay. That's why when you have to see the dentist for extraction or advice. The next vocabulary we have is spelled P-A-R-A-S-I-T-E-S. This is the plural form. Parasites. Parasites. Now, what are parasites? Parasites are any living things that live on or in another from which they get food. I say that again. Parasites are any living things that live on or in another from which they get food. Right. You have some creatures that God created, right? These creatures, they live on other creatures for their survival. In order to live, they have to feed on other creatures to survive. Okay? These are called parasites. For example, we can say that some creatures like lions, which are wild animals, they live on other smaller animals. Okay? They kill them and eat them. So they are parasites. They depend on others. Right. Now let's see another example, another vocabulary. This word is spelled S-C-R-A-W-N-Y, scrawny. It's pronounced scrawny. As you can see, these birds are ostrich. These birds are ostrich, one of the most peculiar birds that you can find in the birds kingdom. Let's see what you mean by scrawny. Scrawny means having little flesh, lean, thin, or skinny. Scrawny means having little flesh, lean, thin, or skinny. Now, as you can see, these creatures, they don't have much flesh. They are very thin, or very lean, or very skinny, right? So we say they are what? Scrawny. S-C-R-A-W-N-Y. The next word or the next vocabulary we want to look at is starvation. Starvation, spelled S-T-A-R-V-A-T-I-O-N. Now, what is starvation? Starvation is when there is unavailability of food, when food is not available, When animals don't have food to eat, they starve. When people don't have food to eat, they are short of food, or food is short in supply, they starve. When you don't have anything to eat at all, you starve. So like we see in this picture, the wolf can't find food to eat, so it's starving. What's the meaning of starving or starvation? Starvation means suffering from extreme hunger, being starved. You suffer from extreme hunger for a few days, 2 or more days or hours, you don't have food to eat, you are starved. Let's see, we have another word spelled suspicions, suspicions. Suspicions. If you can look, we have two children in the picture. The girl is looking at this boy in a scornful way. This boy had done something, and this girl is suspecting her that this boy must have done this thing. Maybe sometimes you do that at home. You are in the room with your brother, you switch off the light and you sneak, and your brother comes out to find out and sees you and begin to suspect you. This is what we call suspicion. Let's see the actual meaning of suspicion. Suspicions are beliefs, feelings, or thoughts. Beliefs, feelings, or thoughts. Suspicions are just like feelings or thoughts. Feelings or thoughts or beliefs. Like this girl looking at this boy has the feeling that this boy must have done something. So this is suspicion. When somebody thinks that you have done something, somebody feels, or somebody thinks, or somebody has the belief that you did this thing, it's called suspicion. Maybe the last vocabulary we want to look at is tundra. Tundra, spelled T-U-N-D-R-A. Now, tundra, it is a vast, level, treeless plain in the Arctic region, one of the coldest regions in the world. It's a vast land, a plain. It is treeless. You can't find plants there. You can't find trees there. One of the coldest areas in the world. This is tundra. Right, now I want to end the vocabulary there. I want to share with you another page where we will see the vocabulary for the lesson today. I will share the page very soon. Readers and Writers Notebook. For the Readers and Writers Notebook page, page 398. Page 398. It says vocabulary. Choose the word from the box that best matches each definition. Write the word on the line. I'll read the words in the box. Check the words you know. Bleached, carcasses, decay, parasites, scrawny, starvation, suspicions, and tundra. These are the words. We have about 8 of them. So we have to use these words to complete the blanks. Choose the instruction says, choose the word from the box that best matches each definition. Write the word on the line. Number 1 says a vast treeless plain in the Arctic region, a place where you can find trees. 2, living things that live on or in others from which they get food. 3, having little flesh, lean or thin. 4, whitened by exposure to sunlight or the use of chemicals. 5, beliefs, feelings, thoughts. And the second exercise is choose the word from the box that best matches each clue. Write the word on the line. 6, the ground is frozen even in summer. 7, lice and tapeworms are examples of these. 8, This is an extreme form of hunger. 9, these are dead bodies of animals. And 10, this is the process of writing. I'll share with you also the answers to this page. I'll share the answers to this page. Yes. So a vast treeless plain in the Arctic region is a tundra. Living things that live on or others from which they get food, they are called parasites. Having little flesh, lean or thin, is being scrawny. Whitened by exposure to sunlight or the use of chemicals, is bleached. Beliefs, feelings, and thoughts, suspicions. And in the second exercise, this ground is frozen even in summer, tundra. Parasites, lice and tapeworms, they are examples of parasites. And extreme hunger, form of hunger, is starvation. And these are dead bodies of animals, carcasses. And the last one, this is the process of rotting, decay. Right, I think this lesson will end here. I hope we benefited a lot from it, about the vocabulary in this story called St. Matthew's Island. I hope we benefited a lot from it. Okay, so we'll meet again for another English session. Thanks so much.